Alright, today I will be showing you how to animate scissors in Inventor Pro. So to start, we'll take out our bottom piece, just put it anywhere we want. We'll take out our top piece, and we will take out our middle piece. There we are. So the first thing we have to do is set our constraints. We will start with inserting our scissors with our middle, and we'll do the same with the other side. There we are. Select the inside and the inside. Alright, so those are our two inserts. Then we will constrain the angle of these. So we'll go back to constrain, we'll select that one, and we can just pick the face of our middle piece and the face of our scissors, and we'll do that again on the other side. There we go. And the last thing we'll do is we'll ground the middle. Just open this up, and we're going to want to create a tangent so that our scissors will stick together. Pick that point, and we'll pick that point. Alright. Now, this will initially be off, so we'll have to figure out our offset. I already did this, so it's negative 13.5 millimeters, and that will make that perfect. I'm not exactly sure why it does that, but it does, so I just trial and errored until I found the right answer. So we'll set that. So that's our scissors put together. So we'll go into our relationships, and we will want to suppress that tangent. So we don't want it to do this on its own, or we want it to be able to move on this axis, so we have to suppress that. If it's not suppressed, then they move together because they're stuck, right? So suppress this one. Now we can move on to animating. So we'll go into environments, dynamic simulation, and now I do not think we have to add any joints this time. So we can go straight into our revolution 1 and 2. This is the middle and the top, and this is the middle and the bottom. So we'll start with the top. We'll go to properties. You only have 1 degree of freedom, which is the rotation. We can switch this angle to 0 if we wanted, and that'll reset where it was. Oh. Should be able to set this to 0. And then we can also set the other one to 0. This will just set us back where we were. There we go. Alright, we'll go into properties, degree of freedom 1, rotation, edit imposed motion, enable imposed motion, make sure you have velocity selected, and we'll click this little graph here, and that'll bring up this menu. So from here, our goal is to make this as open and close, so we're going to have to go into our available laws, and we'll want a sine law. So I'll just punch in, let's say 45 degrees. That's how much it'll open and close. And we'll set the frequency to 1. So that'll show us this graph. So what it's showing here is at 0.25 seconds, it'll be opening at a velocity of 45 degrees per second. And then it'll be at 0.5 seconds. So if we want to watch what this does, we can open up our simulation player, and you'll see how that works. So we can go back into our properties, and let's just make this a little longer. We'll say 5 seconds. Alright, so now let's do the exact same thing to the bottom. We'll go to properties, edit impose motion, enable impose motion, make sure velocity is selected, and then we'll enter the graph. We'll click our laws and we'll go down to sine law, open this up, and we'll make this one negative 45 degrees. Oh. Okay, we'll make it positive because it doesn't let you put in a negative number. Right, and we'll set this to 5 seconds at a frequency of 1 hertz, and you don't really have to worry about a phase. The phase just shifts it's like starting and end points. So if I say made this 90, it'll put it at the top. If I made it like negative 90, it'll be at the bottom. So we'll keep that at 0. Alright. So if we press play, those scissors should open and close on their own. And I have mine set to 1 second, 101. If we want to make this longer, we can just press the loop and it'll just keep the animation repeating. And there you go. You got some scissors that open and close on their own.